That's a little bit easier to speak than Bartholomew. And if you're not very good at spelling, definitely. What can I say about Lauren, other than when Lauren was a wee tot, she didn't really want to join us. Many trips down to the hospital, Julie was there. Many trips back, false alarms, this, that, she won't she. A little bit like this wedding, actually. But suffice to say, she made it, and she's turned out quite well. So well done, Lauren. Well done, Mr. and Mrs. Wray. The new Mr. and Mrs. Wray. Excellent. And suffice to say, what a fantastic occasion this is. Well done, Aaron and Lauren. I think they deserve a very, very large round of applause. Yeah? Well done, Aaron and Lauren. Everything Lauren and Aaron. Lauren's early days, these guys over here, Mr. Agar. Yes, Mr. Agar. I actually played cricket with Mr. Agar. Not my cricketer, better than me, most good. Anyway, parents' evening, yeah? Julie and myself waited. We waited, the longest bloody queue, sorry guys, the longest queue of parents' evening. Yeah, we finally get there. Mr. Agar looks up from his papers. The first thing he says, well, she's definitely not thick. But we have a slight problem with Lauren. She never speaks. Just like a phone. Well, later on in life, Lauren decided to study higher education, and she decides to join Manchester University. Damn good move, Mr. and Mrs. Wray. One evening, I'm sent down to Dorrentop station to pick up our number one. There I am on time, waiting for the train to arrive. If Julie does so, I can hear this chatting. That can't be Lauren, surely. Then I hear, well, see you later, lovely to see you, cheerio. Yes, it was Lauren. Something happened at Manchester University, and you'll have to tell me later. And obviously she did very well there, she did well in her studies, and that's the first party I know that's actually had a degree at Manchester University. So well done, Lauren. Another rather good news as well, and probably more important news, Mr. and Mrs. Wray Senior, she bumps into this young man. But I can't not mention Hallamshire Riding Club. Yeah, she did rather well at Hallamshire Riding Club. I've never seen so many rosettes. You can't get in the room for rosettes. So well done, Lauren. That was a little plug by her sister, so. Young Mr. Wray, what a fine soulmate young Mr. Wray is for Lauren. Julie and I are very, very happy with that. And what a class act young Mr. Wray is. To ask father-in-law to be permission to marry Lauren, that went down very well with us, didn't it, Julie? So well done for that. and a credit to his parents, I would say. Well done. But I'm not known for doing much talking. I'm not I could be here all day, droning on, putting people to sleep. We've got some friends there that have come to that unfortunate demise. But not today. Today is far too important to listen to an old bugger like this. So we ain't doing that. And COVID certainly has caused a few problems here and there. Ian, trust things have worked out better for you. So today, now is the time for a huge toast to Aaron and Lauren. Here's to Aaron and Lauren.
Aaron and Lauren. Cheers.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Time for
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together now for our bridegroom, Aaron.
Hello, can you hear me? Great. So first, thanks Nick for those kind words, very good. Thank you to yourself and all the Lord family. You've been so welcome to me from the very off, and you've been hosting me at many Christmas and New Year's parties with all your friends. So thank you for making me so welcome, family. Just before I get into the long list of thank yous I've got to run through here, I'd just mention that you may have noticed I've not been any favours today on the tables. Instead, we made a donation to Cancer Research UK. Now my family members couldn't be here with us anymore, but we'll never forget. Now we do have some people to thank. Firstly, the bridesmaids. Was coming all the way from Spain would be a massive effort on a normal year, but to have also isolated for 2 weeks just so you could be here today, there's so much to me and and that not only have been like just an amazing source of emotional support for Lauren, it's good. And by the way, the box of gifts she sent to Lauren was amazing this week. Every morning she'd run in like this morning saying, "Oh, I already got up today, oh my god, this is amazing." She absolutely loved it. Also, I think it was on the world record now for the earliest hen do in history, like 2 years before the wedding. But yeah, it was an amazing day. She had a great time, so thank you for organising the hen do and everyone who came along to that. It was great. Also, I'd thank my groomsman, Danny. He did an amazing job around both guys for stag do and organising us to Goy. I think I'm still sore from being caught up wearing britches on the zip lines today and trying to get off. And if nothing else, Lauren had an amazing chuckle at you laughing at the videos of me falling over, so thanks so much for that. Equally, Tom and Catherine, thank you for hosting us at your house afterwards for the stag do. You're amazing hosts, and letting us turn your whole kitchen into a beer pong court was great, so thank you very much for that. Ian and Mike, I want to say thank you for taking speaking roles in the wedding. Ian did an amazing reading earlier, it was really, really good, thank you. And Mike, thanks for agreeing to do a speech. I won't get too sloppy until I know how much actually roast me in that later on. Roses, thanks to the ceremony. And all the general support that you and me have been over the years and planning all the chaos of this wedding and stuff, so thank you. And massive congratulations, of course, to yourselves for the incarnation to family. We're so thrilled to be in Colshaw, and we know it'll be amazing chaos, so congratulations to you. And Raj, you turned up. Good work. next, I'd like to say thank you to Lauren's sister Hayley. Hayley helped design and print all the amazing signs you've seen around us today. It was quite a stressful experience trying to get all that organised until you stepped in and took over it and just made it so much easier and saved us so much stress and hassle, so thank you very much. Next, just a general thank you to all the amazing suppliers, the catering team, the venue staff, and of course photographer Liam, who's done an amazing job today. He made this place look absolutely beautiful. It's been such a seamless day, so thank you very much to all of you. The big one then is, of course, to both Bart's parents. Not only for their significant financial contribution, without which we was not going to afford this wedding at such a lavish venue, but also for the general advice and support in all things wedding for the last few years. So thank you very much to both of you. And finally, just thank you to everyone else just for coming today. And all the lovely gifts and cards and everything you've given us. And doubly thank you for taking the time out of your week, midweek, on a Wednesday of all days to come and join us. It's been almost 5 years now since we got engaged. Our original plan was to get married on a weekend in August in 2019. But when we came to this venue, that wasn't available, and we loved this place, we had to have it. But we figured, well, we can wait one more year. 2020 is not long away. What can go wrong, eh? So here we are on Wednesday now. But ultimately, that hasn't really mattered. The important thing is we're all here today, and I'm married to this amazing woman, so... I can still vividly remember the first time I spoke to Lauren. Another lads often tell a story of how I saw him first year and was quite adamantly off. But some of those first year days are quite easy to me for some strange reason, so I can't remember that. But I do remember the first time we spoke. We went to a Christmas party at Slem's, the halls across the road from us, and ended up at an after party at some guy I barely knew's bedroom. When you walk into a room at a party, you don't really know anyone, and bounce around like, is someone here that I know? So where can I go? And there's no one I knew, but I see in the corner of the room, the bed, there sat this beautiful young woman. And the first thing I thought was, oh, she's out of my league, clearly. But luckily, I had a few bottles of liquid courage that night, so I fancied my fancies, thought I'd go over. But those of you who know me know I'm not generally the most talkative person in the world. I'm generally quite a quiet guy, so I'm walking over to her, but I have no idea what I'm going to say. But luckily for me, of course, this was Lauren, so before I even had time to sit down next to her, she started talking to me, and I don't think she stopped talking for the next 2 hours. So I knew there and then that she was the girl for me. I guess stick around and I didn't been talking yet, so I don't know why they never agreed to go on a date with me, but he did, and he stuck around with me since then, despite gaining a few pounds and losing quite a few more hairs. Lauren, however, looks more beautiful today than ever. Just last week, actually, she asked me, if she was an animal, what animal would she be?
A horse.
I told her that she'd be a puppy. Because she's a bit mad, and she's always running around so fast, so she would pull up on all our furniture so she doesn't run into it and damage herself. But she's also just this beacon of happiness. To her, everything she does is always just exciting and amazing and the best thing in the world. And seeing the world through her eyes makes everything such a better and happier place. Nothing in my life makes me happier than seeing her face light up with excitement. So I'm so glad I can live the rest of my life with you. So without further ado,
Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, I know our best man, Mike, is eager to respond to that toast.
Hello, can you hear me all right? Well, for those of you 12 years now. We lived together in halls in uni. And we've been close friends ever since, but we've ended up working at the same company. But obviously we don't live together anymore, it would be a bit awkward. Inspired by our decor and your engagement, and the fact that this time last year having a wedding at all would have felt like something of a fairy tale, I thought I would do something a little bit different for a speech, if that's okay. So, once upon a time, in the small yet proud kingdom of Canterbury Court, there lived a young prince by the name of Aaron. Truly a man of the people, visitors came from far and wide to pay their respects in his room. Mostly because he was the only one with a big telly we could all watch. During one of the regular sessions of revelry at the neighbouring kingdom of St. Anselm's, word reached the young prince's ear of the most beautiful princess in all the land, who was visiting the kingdom to participate in a beach body contest. The second that Aaron laid eyes on her, he knew she was the girl of his dreams and would do anything to win her hand. Luckily, an opportunity was to immediately present itself that very night. Another contest, that of the best air guitar solo, was held that night. A rare weapon and fame throughout the kingdom were to go to the victor. Just what he needed to get the princess to notice him. Imaginary instrument in hand, with a skill finely honed by countless hours of guitar hero. He stepped up to perform and blew the competition away. With his newly acquired weapon, which was a water pistol filled with tequila, and renown, all other suitors were squirted away, leaving only him before the princess. However, his initial attempts to woo her were not met with the utmost success. The princess found herself more interested in the steed he rode up on than the prince himself, and paid him little mind. Nonetheless, eventually his efforts were to pay off, and they soon became inseparable. And thus ends the story of how the prince and the princess came to know each other. But of course, like all the best stories, it has many chapters, and their longest story is, of course, just beginning. In all seriousness, I wish the two of you every happiness, and I hope that the love that you feel for each other continues to grow day by day. And, Lauren, if not, we all know how adept you are at escaping from things, so that should be Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind as to join me in a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Wray.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments I'll retire the bride and groom through for tea and coffee, and then if all of you will follow through. But by all means, feel free at the moment just to finish off your drinks. Thank you very much indeed.